Yeah. Hello everyone, I am Smita Patil, Managing Director at SSPL Group. After a successful first episode, we are here with the second episode of Reconnect, an initiative where we connect with the industry leaders on various subjects that are important to every stakeholders of real estate and the allied industries. And the agenda of today's discussion is about a very important subject, rather an issue that we all have to look at very seriously, where every individual's attention and action is required, and that is water conservation, the need of an action. And to discuss this subject, we have a gentleman who has been actively working on this for a very long time. He is none other than Mr. Gurmit Singh Arora. Mr. Arora is the National President of Plumbing Association, National Chairman of CII, Indian Green Building Council, Founding Trustee and Secretary of the Indian Institute of Plumbing and Managing Director at Rajoco Group. He is also the founding member and senior fellow at IGBC. He has been honored with many awards for his work towards standardizing the plumbing industry, water conservation, and promoting green building designs. Very, very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So I'll start with the first question with you directly now. So you are the National President of Indian Plumbing Association, which is an industry body. And IPA has number of skills in enhancement and social initiatives with regards to water conservation, awareness and standardization. And can you just tell us about what does all these initiatives of IPA?
Well, IPA was started 29 years back as a very small body. We have grown to 24 chapters across India, and we are a body of 6,000 members now. Our aims and objectives are to promote codal-based plumbing, and therefore we have got codes from International Association of Plumbing and Mechanical Officials USA in 2007, but revised in 2008, 11, 14, 17, and now undergoing a revision in 2022. These codes are completely indigenized. You have the Uniform Illustrated Plumbing Code of India, which is now 673 pages on plumbing, 3 times the National Building Code. You have the Uniform Swimming Pool Code, because a lot of accidents happen in swimming pools, as you know. This is the only swimming pool code in Asia. You have the Water Efficient Products India Guide. If you follow that for low flow fixtures and sanitary ware, you will save 35% of water without compromising on the comfort of the user. So even if you feel like singing under the shower, you think you're Mohammed Rafi or Lata Mangeshkar, or you use your WC, your flush as a dustbin, go ahead, do it. You will still save 35-40% water. There is the water V stand, which stands for Water Efficiency and Sanitation Standard. There is the Solar Hydronics and Geothermal Code. There is the Guide to Good Plumbing Practices in 7 languages, which is easy for the housewife or the plumber to understand, because plumbers in our country, as you know, are not educated. There's no formal education. You may not know, but a plumbing engineer is called a PHE, Public Health Engineer, because 70% of the communicable disease is transmitted through bad quality of water and bad quality of plumbing. And therefore, it's very necessary that you have to have proper plumbing contractors, proper plumbing consultants who can make sure there is no disease. We have to make sure that our fresh water supplies are clean, and that's where IPA comes in, to make sure that we propagate education and awareness in plumbing, and that the installations are completely clean. You get fresh water which is disease free. We also publish a monthly magazine. It's on your camera, the Indian Plumbing Today, which is a technical journal, and it focuses on different areas. There are some publications on walls, some publication on pumps, some publication on piping, some publication on IoT, Internet of Things, because now there is a lot of internet involved in plumbing, cleaning sewers. We lose a lot of people cleaning sewers, operation and maintenance manual. So Basically, what we try to do is disseminate knowledge on codal-based plumbing. Second thing, we also have a state-of-art laboratory in Pune, the College of Engineering, already visited by 10,000 people in the last 10 years.
Oh.
That means 30 persons every day, and that's where we have live demos of plumbing. The good and bad is demonstrated through transparent piping. We are now investing 5 crores in a plumbing laboratory in Goa, which is 25,000 square feet. It's not a laboratory, it's going to be like a European museum, which is going to have glass flooring and all the installations on glass. You can see the piping through. This is going to come up at the Goa Engineering College. We are also talking to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I am a part of that, where we are looking at WCs which do not require water from the grid and do not require to discharge anything into the grid. Your fecal sludge is treated behind the flush, behind the WC, and that same water is used for flushing after treatment, and therefore you don't need any water piping with the flush. Of course, we are at version 1.2. We are waiting for version 1.3 to bring down the cost so that we can commercialize this. Yes, we also have MOUs with Naredco, 10,000 developers, with the Credis, 14,000 developers, with the Institute of Indian Interior Designers, 9,000 members, and now we have proposed a MOU with the Institute of Architects, Indian Institute of Architects, which have 44,000 architects. So basically what we are looking at is not only the developer community but also the design community, so that we can disseminate information on proper plumbing practices and making sure all the homes and commercial establishments are leak proof. We also have MOUs with the All India Council of Technical Education. We are writing a course for them. 15 lakh students pass out every year from these 9,000 institutes, 60 lakh students studying there. So can we teach proper plumbing practices and disease-free plumbing? As I told you, the engineers
awareness is more important.
That's right. So students must learn about awareness and must know about the water footprint.
True.
For example, a cell phone that we carry uses 2,500 liters to make. A t-shirt takes 900 liters to make. A kg of rice is 900 liters. A kg of rice, sorry, is 1,200 liters to grow. A kg of wheat is 900 liters. So we really do not know what our water footprint is. It's not only what the water in your houses, but everything you use requires water. Water is a necessity of life. And that's where we are. So we also have an MOU with the Council of Architecture, 480 architectural colleges in India, which will now teach proper plumbing practices. We also, ma'am, I'm sorry I interrupted. We also build toilets for girls' schools, especially in villages where there are no toilets, because girls who do not go to the school if there is no toilet. Men can go anywhere behind a wall and anywhere else, but what will ladies do? And therefore what we do is we build free toilets for these schools. We don't charge any money anywhere in India, and where we make sure that clean, hygienic toilets are built so that girls can go to school and girls get educated.
That's a very nice idea, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very nice idea. That's a very good initiative, sir, has taken. So you can, our viewers can get in touch with us. If any school is there who doesn't have a separate toilet for girls, and because of that girls are not getting a proper education, please get in touch with us. Sir will help us with this problem.
Yes.
So I will just go to the second question, sir.
Yes.
So could you just give us an overview of global drinkable water situation and then narrow it down to the India, and any data points that are important for everyone to know about what is the situation of drinkable water?
Ma'am, it's not about drinking water.
Yeah.
That's a very small part. 70% of the water goes for irrigation. So a shortage of water means a shortage of food.
True.
Now, if you look at the world consumption average, it has increased, especially for food, from 1,300 cubic meters per year per capita to 1,400 currently, and by 2025 it is estimated to go to 1,500 cubic meters per capita per day, because it's not about our food consumption, but our habits have changed. Okay, like all these, you have all this, and its use and throw technology has come in. So it's very necessary that we are now going towards the American standards. America consumes 480 liters of water per head per day.
Oh.
In Mumbai, where I come from, my municipal corporation only gives me 135 liters of water per capita per day. And in 135 liters, if I have to flush 10 times, I've already lost 60-70 liters. So how will I get water for cooking, for agriculture? Now, it is said that our country is going to become the most populous country in the world. We
Yeah.
are going to beat China's population. And by
Yeah.
2025, we'll be the most populous country.
Yeah.
1.5 billion only by 2050. Now, where will the water come from for hygiene, for cooking, for our own domestic use? So it's very, very important. Please understand, your country has 17% of the world's population, but only 4% of its fresh water.
Yeah.
And 55% of your wastewater, your sludge, sewage, it goes into your water streams, into your water bodies, lakes, rivers, untreated.
Yes.
Now, on one hand, we say we have only 4% of the fresh water. On the other hand, we are polluting our freshwater resources.
True.
So, we have to make sure IPA is now getting into water treatment and sanitation,
Okay.
so that we can reclaim every drop of water. Every grey and black water that is produced in a building must be treated and reused for gardening, flushing, cooling towers.
So we
Let
will
me-
not have the fresh water again and again
No,
for all
no.
the things.
You can reclaim, as I told you earlier, low flow fixtures and sanitary ware can save anywhere between 30 and 40% water. Hotels have already started treating your grey water,
Yeah.
but in residences it is still not happening. So
Yeah.
we look at curbing, number one, water consumption, and second thing, treating all your water, rainwater harvesting.
Yeah.
And as I told you, more important is education and awareness. Because nobody, no housewife knows what their water footprint is. We have to make sure, there are countries that import certain food products because they are high, like sugarcane is a water cash crop. Right? So countries import sugar so that they do not need to consume so much water. In the guise of products, they are actually importing water, virtual water, what we call,
Yeah.
embedded water.
Yeah.
Like you have embodied energy in a product, you have embedded water in a product.
Yeah.
So it's very necessary that now you look at Bangalore, 1080 lakes have become less than 220 lakes.
Oh.
And that's why you build buildings everywhere without looking at where the water will go, and it rains, one day it rains heavily and the whole city gets flooded. This happened only 2 weeks back. You have these cloud bursts and you have these climatic conditions which have changed drastically due to climate change.
Yeah.
And therefore it's very, very important that we realize India is already in a water crisis. There are 5 cities listed which are going to go water bankrupt, and Bangalore is number 2. Bengaluru is number 2 in the world.
Oh.
When you look at the water table, I was with the Chief Minister and PWD Minister of Pondicherry about a month back.
Okay.
100% of the water comes from groundwater, from borewell.
Wow.
And already NGT is breathing down their neck because you can't keep on, from where will you extract?
Yeah.
If you keep on extracting from the womb of your mother earth, who is your real mother? Because man and even women, okay, are the most insane species. They worship a God which they have never seen,
Yeah.
invisible God.
Yes.
But they destroy a visible nature, not knowing fully well that the nature they are destroying is actually the God they are praying to.
So we have to be very responsible towards our...
Absolutely. What is
our-
nature? Jal, Vayu, Agni, Akash and Dharti. And even if you look at the 5 elements of nature, which is the most important? Jal.
Jal.
We cannot survive without Jal.
True.
Yes, ma'am.
So for being a real estate developer, I would like to know, like, for any real estate developer point of view, so do you think the time has come to change the way we plan for developments and keep water management on a similar priority, the way we plan for areas of construction, and this is the base where homes, workplaces are created, and can we work towards saving the water saving and spaces saving and at the initial level itself? So what are your thoughts? How can we do it?
See, currently I find a lot of builders developers in the residential sector, they say it doesn't matter to me, I have to sell the building. Okay? So why should I go for a green certification, or why should I save water, why should I invest in this? Let me tell you first that a green building, residential building, does not cost more than a normal building. Okay? We have 5,300 products in the Indian Green Building Council certified as Green Pro, under a Green Pro Council as green products. Some may be low on embedded water, some may be low on embodied energy, some may be energy efficient, water efficient, or having high recyclability content. So we now, green buildings are not costing more. They will be either less by 2.17%. I have enough facts to prove that. Enough sites we have surveyed, okay, where we have seen the cost of a normal building to be built without a green certification. I am saying even if it's 1 or 2% more, does it really hurt you? It doesn't.
No, actually doesn't.
Yeah. Then we have to change our mindset. There is no water for our children and their children to come.
Yeah.
Now, you know, the government of India has, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has initiated under Amrut Atal Mission for rejuvenation of urban transformation. They had 500 cities. They have now increased it to 4,700 cities, where they want to give 24/7 water supply to all the houses in these 4,700 cities. The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which is now called Housing for All,
Yes.
wants to build pakka homes for the urban poor. They want to get rid of all the hutments, 300 carpet area square foot to be made. Again, you will be giving water connection there, which is not available, right? At the same time, you have the Nal Se Jal Se scheme by the Ministry of Jal Shakti, where they want to provide 30 liters of water per capita per day to every villager. Now they go to the lake. Of course, there are hygiene problems. There are, because you take your animals and bathe them there. You use the same water for cooking, and there's no filtration, or you don't clean that water. Now, when we get into all these programs, where will the water come from? Developer community must realize that 2/3 of India is still to be built, which you will agree with me as a developer, and that is to be built by 2030. Rapid urbanization is taking place. A city like Nasik and Nagpur, which may be tier 2 or tier 3, are going one step ahead. Maybe they'll become tier 1 or tier 1.5 or 2.
Yeah.
Now, as we urbanize, as we have the rural workforce coming into the urban sector, like Pune now, Pune is the biggest municipal corporation in India.
True.
You have taken in so many villages. Now, when you do that and you start building structures all over and reclaiming land, Mother Earth, okay, what will you do? Where will the water come from? So we have to now become conscious of the fact that we have to recycle water, treat water as a luxury. It's not a necessity, it's not free.
Yeah.
Please understand there is a water and energy nexus, because the water you actually get from your tap may be coming from 200 kilometers away. It's a big cost to pump that water. It's not only the pumping cost in your building, but where does that water come from? This is a political issue. You can make petrol 100 rupees and 95 rupees a litre. You will have to, that's what I was speaking to the Honorable Minister, Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri ji, that can we charge water at least at the cost of what it comes from? I know it's a political issue. You can't do that, because then you'll have a problem in the whole country. You won't get votes. But the fact remains is, water is a precious commodity, and we have to treat it as a precious commodity.
Like, we will understand the importance of the water. Whatever we buy, it is more important for us. Whatever we are getting free, so we are not like, we are just neglecting that.
Yeah, we are not respecting that.
So
we have to now, that's why education and awareness is the most important within the water conservation. Because if we do not educate the public, so what we did on the 12th of May at the hands of the Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs, Honorable Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri ji, we launched what we call Bharat Tap. Now, Bharat Tap is a name given by the ministry under Amrut 2.0, which is going to be mandated. Already the divisional order has gone, where the directive to NAREDCO, to CREDAI, to IIA will say that you have to use low flow fixtures and sanitary ware. So IPA has a code which we released in 2017 called the Water Efficient Products India Guide, where if you install low flow fixtures, sanitary ware, 35-40% water is saved without compromising on your comfort. You will not come to know. You know, when you have a shower, 78 to 80% of the water does not even touch your body.
True.
I have a bucket shower. Can you do that? Can you manage with one bucket? Why do you think you're Lata Mangeshkar and Mohammad Rafi that you come out and sing on your sofa, stand on your bed and sing? Why do you go inside your toilet and sing? And flush five times? I have a friend who smokes a lot, puts his cigarette butt in the flush and flushes 5 times because the cigarette butt doesn't flush through. We have to change the way we think about water.
Yeah.
So all these schemes are very good, 24/7 water supply, 4,700 cities, but we need to make sure as a developer community that we have to become conscious on our water. It's about our future and the future of our children.
True, true. So all the builders, if we consider any single builder as well, so they are building in one project 200 homes, 300 homes, if only 1 liter of the water gets saved each day. So look at the how many amount of water will be saved.
Ma'am, 135 liters into 6 occupants, because there are domestics also staying in your house. So we are looking at 270 into 3, we are looking at 810 liters of water per day. I am saying I can save you out of 810, 700 liters. You may not be able to go net zero completely, but you can go near net zero.
Near net zero.
So I am not talking of 1 liter, ma'am. I am talking of 700 liters per flat per day.
Yeah.
So you can imagine your connections can come down.
True.
Okay? You don't need, I have projects which we have certified under IGBC, net zero on water and waste. They have a municipal connection, but they don't need water from the municipality. They don't need to give the waste into the municipality.
That's great.
And if those projects can do it, why can't the developer community also get conscious about it?
Truly,
Yes.
truly. So, sir, when you look at the
May I add something also?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Other than the Water Efficient Products India Guide, because this is a code by Indian Plumbing Association. So we made sure the Bureau of Indian Standards, BIS, also came out with the code before the launch of Bharat Tap, which was launched on 12th May.
Okay.
So we have what we call the IS 16750 Part 1 and Part 2, which covers sanitary ware and covers fixture units. Fixture units mean showers, spouts, taps, stopcocks, ablution sprays, what you use on your flush. So basically now this is already there, and the BIS code is also there, our VP code is there. So there are sufficient codes now. You know, somebody may say I cannot follow association code, you can follow IS code. And you can save water comfortably, and I'm repeating again and again, without compromising on the comfort of your user. So your buyers will not in any way feel that you're giving them less water.
Okay. That is more important.
Then you have to rainwater harvest
Yeah.
and reclaim all your wastewater. Treat it. Let me add, ma'am, in Singapore does not have water. They used to get water from Johar River from Malaysia. Now 40% of Singapore water comes from the sea, what we call desalination, and 40% comes from treating black and grey water. Your flush, I'm sorry to use the word, your potty water is treated to a level where it is put in a bottle called NEWATER, new water, and educated people like you and I go and buy that bottle and drink it. So if we can do it in a small city like Singapore, a small country, I'm sorry, Singapore is like a Pune or a Bombay. Why can't we do it in all our Indian cities? It's possible. You need to have a mindset change.
That's required, sir. So when you look at the day-to-day life of everyone, so how important it is to use water in a sensible way? Are there ways by which every individual can save water at their home, at their workplace, and any tools or simple methods that everyone should adopt to save the water?
The first most important thing, as I told you, is education and awareness.
Right.
So all your sites must have at the entrance some visuals to show how you can save water. Okay, it's very simple. You need to educate the public that, you know, my daughter wants to change her cell phone every year. Now, a cell phone, as I told you, nobody knows, but a cell phone takes 2,500 liters to make. A t-shirt takes, I have one t-shirt, ma'am, and I'm going to say this on camera, with 6 holes. My mother has tried to throw it away 5-6 times, but it's the most comfortable to sleep in the night, that one t-shirt. And I wear it proudly in my house, I don't care. The fact is that every time I use a new t-shirt, I'm also getting 900 liters of water with that t-shirt. Can we recycle? Can we have a concept of not cradle to coffin, but cradle to wealth, waste to wealth? It's possible today to convert waste to wealth. And you can convert water also, your waste water, to absolutely fresh green water.
Certainly. So small things we need to focus on to save the water. So every individual can save the water at their home, at their workplaces, and as sir rightly said, we have to display something at the entrance to give an ideas about how we can save the water.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think it is important for all the stakeholders to come together and work on this as important as every other issue we have in hand. So how do we work on this issue at the level of housing societies, smaller towns and villages? So what initiatives can be taken at this level and what kind of support system is available? So sir, now we are talking about this, so now the awareness, you are giving us the education about how we can save water, but before that we have built up many projects are there, so leakage issues are there. So how you can advise them and what are the simple methods or what are the guidelines available for them who wanted to save the water now?
See, at the climate change summit, what we call COP26, the Prime Minister announced carbon neutrality for India by 2070.
Okay.
Will you live till 2070? I don't think we have that luxury of time. So what we are doing at the CII IGBC, which is supported by IPA, and we work very closely with them, is that all new projects to be built out of after 2030 must be net zero carbon, waste, water and energy.
Okay.
And all existing buildings must be converted to net zero, all four aspects of net zero by 2050. Converting existing buildings, you may not achieve net zero. Can you say 30%, 40%, 50%?
Right.
So what we have in IGBC is a existing building rating system.
Mm-hmm.
We have a green residential society rating system.
Okay.
Existing building is for commercial buildings, EB, where we can convert existing stock of buildings to net zero.
Okay, you can convert right now as well.
Yes, we can.
Yeah,
We
that's
can.
great.
Of course, the cost is going to be more because you have to put in all these green aspects in the design stage.
Mm-hmm.
When you do it in the design stage, for example, energy,
Mm-hmm.
you have a simulation tool where you look at the simulation of the light and the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and you get in daylighting without getting in heat.
Mm.
So if I am able to, STPs are mandatory,
Mm.
but how many builders install STPs and how many are actually running? Because you do not know how to run an STP, cooperative society bypasses and they say we have an STP.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
you have sewage you have sewage tanks where we do not know how to treat them. We keep on putting chemicals into them, and your sewage is not fecal sludge is not treated, and then a tanker comes and removes all your sludge and puts it back into your water body. Okay, you get it clean. Those suction machines come.
Yeah.
That is not the way. We have to make sure we educate people in the correct use of STPs. And today it's not about STP. You have phytoremediation, you have STP, you have UV, ultraviolet. There are many technologies which can treat water.
Mm-hmm.
So there are many ways. So what we are now looking at is that, I do not know if you heard Malala Yousafzai. She's from Pakhtun Valley in Pakistan.
Mm.
Now this young girl in an area infested with terrorism
Yeah.
had the guts to stand up for women empowerment and women education.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and she was shot also and whatever, now she stays in London.
Yeah.
You have Greta Thunberg, who goes at the COP25 and tells the President of America, how dare you? And I would like to ask you, Smita ji, how dare you? You have to make sure that your water consumption at your sites is reduced.
Certainly.
Okay, and you have a girl, Vinisha Uma Shankar from Thirumalai, only 14 years of age, and she says, I am not a girl from India, I am a girl from Mother Earth.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
there
is
are children are now becoming aware, and what about developers like you and me and everybody else? We are still thinking about this, and there are children who are saying, we don't have time. Y'all people are thinking about my future. Y'all people are contemplating whether I will have a habitable earth to live in future or no. I don't think we don't have the time to even think and contemplate and discuss this and deliberate on this, and then we keep on giving concessions and then going back to fossil fuel consumption rather than renewable energy. So we have to make sure that all of us combine together and make sure that at least India becomes water secure, and we have enough water for our children and their children to come.
Certainly, sir. So I had seen in the Naredco Mahi Bangalore event that your team had kept some small methods or tools which can be used. So that can be used at our home, and what are
Well,
those
in
tools?
2019 in Pune, before the COVID crisis, we distributed free aerators,
Hmm.
which get fixed in your shower, your spout, your tap.
Yeah.
And these aerators cost 25 or 40 rupees each. So in one toilet, if there are 4 outlets, it will cost you 200 or 250 rupees. If you have a large toilet, you have 5 outlets. You don't have
Yeah.
5 outlets in a toilet. Basically, it's a shower, hand shower,
Yeah.
or a spout, a tap if you use the ablution tap, and your wash basin tap. Right?
Right.
So there are 4 or 5. If you can open the tap and put these in,
Mm-hmm.
and you will save 35% water, 35-40%
That's great.
water.
That's great.
And you will get a foam flow, or you'll get a pressurized shower flow, and automatically you'll save water. Now, when I installed this in my own cooperative housing society in Mumbai, my father for the first few days, pani nahi aa raha, pani nahi aa raha. I said, boss, after 5 days you'll get used to it. Pani nahi aa raha nahi, abhi pani aa raha hai, वैसे ही pani aa raha hai. So it's not like that. We have to make sure these aerators, we save 133 crore liters of water in Pune itself. I have some sites which we have certified in Pune, where on the entrance or lobby of the site, they have displayed pictures of energy saving, water saving, native plants use, recycling of water, rainwater harvesting. So whoever comes, and they have a big IGBC shield there. Okay, a platinum or gold or a silver or just rated, but that shield shows you there are, in Godrej there are manufacturing plants which are net zero on energy. Our own headquarters, CII IGBC in Hyderabad, earlier it was the greenest building in the world. It costed 18% more to build at that time in 2001. Inaugurated then by the President of India, Honorable Abdul Kalam ji.
Oh.
Yeah, this was built at the initiation of Bill Clinton. And at that time it was the greenest building in the world for many years. Now we have converted it to net zero energy. It produces more energy than it can consume. We give back to the grid. We don't take any energy from the grid. So whether it's water, energy, waste or carbon, you can't achieve carbon neutrality unless you save water, unless you treat your waste. They are all linked together.
Yes.
So it's very, very important. Developer community must realize that we have to go green, we have to go sustainable, and we have IGBC which has 94% market share in India. You have Griha, you have USGBC, you have a GEM rating recently introduced 2 years back, you have a small eco housing in Pune.
Right.
But still we have 90% plus market share. We have grown to be the second largest green building council in the world out of 70 countries. And we are a not-for-profit making organization. We have Pune, we have Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation, we have Rajkot, we have 23 cities which are going green now. And now Pune has been added and Navi Mumbai has been added, so the number will, and we got 4 cities in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh just last week. So 100% government will come with you, but the developer community has to show the way. Naredco, you belong to Naredco Mahi, right? And you also belong to Naredco being a developer. Now National Association of Development Council is formed under the aegis of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So we can work together with CREDAI, with Naredco, to make sure that we educate even the government and ensure that we have 24/7 water supply without any water shortage. We increase the fresh water and population will not go down. We have no population control like China, one child you can produce and whatever. Anyway, children don't want to produce children now. The current children over here say we don't want a child or we want one child. There's no more policy, 3 bacha, 5 bacha. So earlier everybody had, our grandfathers all had, grandmother all had 5 children. Then it came down to 2 and 3. Now it's come down to 1 or no, nil. So the fact is, ma'am, we have to work together with Naredco, with CREDAI, with IIA as designers, IIID as designers, to make sure that we become conscious. The consumer cannot do this. We have to do this together. And that's where IPA is an NGO, not for profit making organization. We have nothing to gain. The only gain is, can I leave back behind a habitable Mother Earth? That is the only gain we have. And please understand, I will close by giving you one small quote which says that you can calculate how rich you are, not by counting your diamonds and your jewelry. You can calculate how rich you are by counting the things you have that money cannot buy.
Truly.
And trust me, you pay 20 rupees for a liter of water, you'll pay 100. At Bangalore airport, at that Italian restaurant, there's a bottle of water costing 280 rupees. Some Alta, I don't know what the name is. 280 rupees for a liter. Do you want to get to that level where you pay 500 liters? You pay more for water than petrol like Saudi Arabia? You are getting into that level slowly. So we have to become very, very conscious and calculate the things we have that money cannot buy. Money will not be able to buy you water security in future.
True, true.
Yes, yes.
So, that's really nice, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
With this very important insight on how important this issue is and where we all have to work at individual, building, village, city and the global level to have a water safe future for all of us. So I'm sure if we all start contributing to this in whatever way possible, we will have an outcome that is best for us and our future generations. So I request everyone to understand the importance of water conservation, and this was my attempt to make you all understand the issue deeply and aware every individual about importance of water conservation. Let's all pledge to save the water. We at SSPL are committed to deliver the water sensitive and green building projects, and that's our contribution towards this. So I thank you, Gurmit ji, for this valuable time.
I'll end with a small quote, ma'am.
Yeah.
Jal hai to kal hai, jal nahi to kal nahi.
Yes.
Yes. Carry on,
I was
sorry.
just about to say the same thing.
Oh,
sir.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you very much for
This
your
is my
valuable
quote now
time
copied
and
by the
wonderful-
ministry,
Okay.
by the way.
It was a very wonderful information you shared with us, sir. So thank you all our viewers and to watching this episode. We will come again with the next episode of Reconnect. So please save water. Jal hai to kal hai, jal nahi to kal nahi. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.